Hey guys, so before we start this episode, I'd like to share some good news and some sad news. We'll start with the sad news. I found out recently that a young practitioner from the north of England called Travis Frost lost his life in an accident that was completely unrelated to parkour. Real shame, really sad, and I'm sure a lot of people are hurting about this, particularly his team Vertical Asset. Shout out to them. And Nova City, the facility in Rotherham where he trained a lot, and I know he had some friends there. So my heart goes out to people surrounding Travis, and I'd like to offer a moment of silence for this happening. Moving on to the good news. I had a message from a guy called Barry Haggis, who's the head coach for Parkour DXB in Dubai. He's actually looking for more coaches to join him over there. So if you're level 1 or level 2 qualified, then get in touch with myself or Barry, and you might be able to go out there and go and coach in Dubai. Sounds like an amazing opportunity. So if you have any questions about this, just get in touch and maybe you'll head out to Dubai. Okay, come on now. You have to recognize this one. You have to recognize this one. I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a minute to think it through. Factually, this is one of the best parkour videos of all time. And hands down, the best parkour video that's come out of France. If you can think of another one, I'll wait. Of course, it's Parkour Literally, the classic by the legend that is Naïm, a.k.a. L1 Consolable. About as pure as it gets, about as good as it gets. What happened to running? What happened? Anyway, you listen to Parkour Coach Companion. Here we are once again, connecting people, connecting conversations, connecting practitioners, connecting coaches. All about the passion, all about the movement, all about teaching. Let's go. Today I'm hyped because I've got Tam a heroine of mine who I've been following for many years and someone who has never really given a proper interview. So here we are. I managed to catch a very rare Pokemon this time. Keep it locked for episode 24. Okay, and just like that, we are back. Welcome, welcome. Bonjour, bonjour. as you could say.
Bonjour.
Hey Tam, how are you doing?
I am good. And you?
Yes, I'm very well. Although I am struggling with something because I recently gone clean shaven and I literally look like a child now, and it's really.
Well, it's the first time for me to see you, so you look fine to me.
Thank you, thank you.
No big change there.
In the last podcast, I had a big beard, like literally down here, and now it's very peculiar seeing me like this. I look like 17 again, which I guess
Was
is
it like quarantine beard or was it like a personal project?
yeah. I've kind of gone through looking back over these podcasts on YouTube. It's actually hilarious seeing my different facial hair over the last year because I did the whole shaved head thing. and then like started growing mustache, and then like slowly growing the beard, and now we're here again, and yeah,
Trying it all.
trying. Oh, why not? Why not? Why not? So anyway, for the listeners, first of all, yeah, where are you speaking from? Because we have a bit of a time difference. So yeah, talk to us a little bit about where you are and
Where I am,
where
my
you come from.
exact location. I'm in Gatineau, in Canada, which is close to Ottawa, the capital.
Nice.
Nobody really knows where Gatineau is, and it's one of the. I think it's one home to one of the best spots in Canada. I'm just like that from what I've seen.
Okay.
So yeah,
Nice. What makes it the best spot?
it has everything, and you don't have to walk hours between places. Like everything is there. You have heights, you have rails, you have like all
Mm.
kinds of jumps. And it's also home to a PK guy with glasses. I don't know if you know.
I do know him. Yeah.
Matt LaRose.
Shout
And
out, shout
yeah, I'm
out.
recording on his computer right now.
Nice, nice. Is
And
it?
also Sébastien Charon. I don't know if you know him. He's like the big guy. There's videos of him just like if you've ever seen a really fat guy doing impressive stuff, that's him.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I might have. I might have. Has he been around for a long time or?
Yeah, like 2006 or
Oh
7.
wow. Yeah, I might have. Maybe, maybe.
He used
Excellent.
to not be fat, so and
Okay,
he
so
was really really good back then too.
okay, shout out to him. Shout out to him if he's
Shout
listening.
out to him.
We got to get all these shout outs in just so we can, get more clout and all that.
Nitro Parkour. That's where
Yeah.
you can find
Is
it.
is he around? Is he actually around, like in the house or
No,
no?
no.
Okay, that
He's
that'd be
out
that'd be
filming.
funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, first thing I wanted to ask you about and actually congratulate you on is your 10-year video.
Oh la la.
So
Thank you.
is it 10 years to this year? Like, was it 2020 or?
Uh, yeah, it's like it's a bit blurry because the first time I've ever done parkour, like maybe a month later, I tore my ACL. So I'm not exactly sure when I can say I started. Like I guess
Yeah.
it's like I learned the basics, then tore my ACL, and then couldn't really train for a year. So
Mm, mm.
I don't know. I guess it sounds like an excuse. I still learned a lot while I was injured. Like I went out and watched people train uh all the time. In my like in crutches, is that how you say
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
crutches?
yeah.
I would go and train climb ups. That's all I did. It was
Nice.
climb ups. So
Nice.
yeah. It helped out. Now I have decent ones.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes definitely in my parkour lifespan, when I've been injured, it's definitely correlated with me getting better at something else.
Yeah.
100%. Like when I
Because
broke
you're
my,
just like eager to do something.
yeah,
I can't just sit there.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, awesome. It was a great video and something that I took away from it, which was really refreshing, was kind of how the format and the sort of humor in it. I I've seen so many like showreel videos over the years, and
Yeah.
they've been like either super dramatic or super serious, and it
Yeah.
was really refreshing to see you just basically having fun and just like talking over it and just like yeah, like you even start with yeah, I tore my ACL. It's a great way to start parkour, this sort of thing, and
Yeah.
I thought that was
It's the
great.
best.
What gave you the idea to do it like in a narration style?
Huh, good question. I've never been a very serious person.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to like talk about what happened throughout the years cuz I don't know. It's just like less boring, I guess. Cuz I feel like if you watch, especially for 10 years, if you watch like footage after footage of runs and stuff, it sort of loses meaning. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. I do that sometimes when I watch videos. I like drift off and I'm like, oh, I have like not have to, but I go back to paying attention to the video and
Hmm.
I don't know, I thought like talking about the experiences, because parkour is not just jumping, it's also like a whole experience, meeting people, and like, I don't know. That sounds very spiritual, but
Love
it's
it,
just
love it.
like, it's always been fun for me, so
Yeah, that's good. Well, I've noticed with that video and a couple of other people recently have been experimenting maybe a bit more with narration style videos or vlogs,
yeah.
and I actually really like it. Good friend of mine, Flynn Disney, shout out to him. He's just started doing some narration style vlogs, and you basically
Yeah, that's
just
nice.
there's no music, there's not really any raw audio. It's kind of just him narrating, and I kind of like them. They're quite relaxing, and it's nice to see. I think maybe what I'm interested in is actually the context and the mental aspect of what's going on, rather than
Yeah.
just seeing the movement.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. I'm always also really interested in watching videos of people who are passionate about something and who explain why they're passionate, what their process was, and everything.
mm,
And just like, I'm trying stuff like that too, trying to push YouTube a little bit more. It's like, it's going so so, but I'll find a way.
yeah, I noticed that because I watched a few of your recent videos, and man, I'm just creasing every time. I'm laughing like all the time, like the little
Same.
animations and the sort of the like weird kind of editing and like it's great. I can tell you're putting effort into it, so don't think it's gone unnoticed. It is good. It's really good.
Thank you. I am putting sometimes too much effort into them, and I'm like, my boyfriend, he's like pretty successful with YouTube, and
Okay.
he's just like I know these things that some content won't like get views or get like nobody's gonna be really interested in them, but
Hmm.
sometimes I just want to make them for me, and not like it's like
You
a fine
should.
line between I want people to watch and
Yeah.
be interested,
Yeah.
and also like I want to just make stuff that I like making.
Yeah, you should. Absolutely, because it has character to it, you have it's easy to film the same jumps in the same spots and use the same sort of music but
Yeah,
it's especially with your animation, it gives it some character. Um
I try.
so yeah, nice one. It's great. And people, if you're listening, should definitely check out Tam's YouTube videos, especially if she's doing more of them. So
Yeah,
but
thank you. Thank you.
tell us a bit more about your animation skills because yeah, I think it'd be nice if we could go on to your project as well. Maybe
Yeah.
linked with this, but yeah, tell us a bit about your animation because it's obviously something that you put some time into, and it's not really a thing in parkour that much, is it? Like, there's not much
Yeah.
animation in parkour yet, so
Yet, exactly. There are
yeah.
some. Well, tell you about. I studied animation in Montreal, and yeah, I made a student film about parkour. If you want to watch it, it's on
Mm,
Vimeo. If you just type Vertigo and Tamila, I think you'll find it.
yeah.
And yeah, I just like I've always liked drawing, and I guess like animation is the most sensible way you can make a living out of drawing, because it's
Hmm.
actually an industry that's big and present. And I don't know, making videos, I thought it would be nice to combine both, like parkour and animation. I'm actually working on a project right now, like a bigger project of never before seen footage
Ooh, nice.
with a cool idea, well, cool to me, ideas of
Yeah.
animations I want to do on it.
Yeah, stay
Yeah.
tuned, stay tuned, watch the space, I guess.
Yes. I'm working on that.
And seeing your 10-year video, how was it to kind of root through all that footage again and see your progress over time? Do you feel happy with where you are in parkour at the moment and where you got to?
Yeah, oh, that's a big question. I think
Just we
so.
just we
It's
just
like
went straight in there.
uh yeah, it was like it's kind of nostalgic to look back all that footage. It was really hard to get some of it because it's like I'm not a very organized person, so sometimes it's just like, damn it, where did I put this? And
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I think I progressed a lot. I mean, if you think of the fact that I started with a torn ACL, I definitely progressed.
Mm.
But yeah, I think it's hard because we have winter here that's very, very cold. Like there's a lot of snow and it's a big struggle, especially now that gyms aren't open
Yeah.
to train. So it's like I am progressing, but it often goes like this, like, and it's really hard to come back to parkour in the spring because you haven't done so much of it during the winter. So my progression is like not quite linear.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess no one's is. But yeah, I
Mm.
think I actually I just recorded yesterday a video of like I like to try challenges that I've done like 5 years prior. And I've done that before too. I have another video on that 3 years ago of 5 years ago. Anyways, and it's fun to like go back to the challenges and see how much I progressed. So
Mm. Mm.
usually I do progress when I do that. Like when I go back to those same line or same jump, it's
Mm.
usually easier, which is a
Mm.
good sign, I think.
Yeah. And what I find strange is even if you aren't physically kind of at your best, it's funny how you can go back to something and then it becomes fairly straightforward just because your mind has shifted on or something. It's very weird.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes like you go back to a challenge that back then was so terrifying. And then you're just like, what the hell? How was I ever scared of this? It's
Mm.
so easy, so simple. Like especially for me rail stuff, like there was this one year where during the winter we went to the gym. There was a parkour gym back then and we could like do swings and precisions and stuff and just like having that constant training of that aspect of parkour makes it so it's like stuff isn't scary anymore. Like
Mm.
it's just like it's crazy. That's I don't know. I feel like okay, I don't know how how to say this, but it's just like if you it's crazy how comfortable you can get by just like doing stuff without really like challenging your mental all the time, but just if you're always doing it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I've really, I don't really have any bars in my in my sort of local area, and we don't have a gym here in New York. So,
Yeah.
my kind of lache ability is pretty weak and has been pretty weak for a long time, and it's slightly frustrating because I've been to Hal 5 in Belgium, which is an insane gym,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I go there, I'm like,
Oh, I can't hear you.
oh, have I gone?
Sorry.
Can you hear me
No,
now?
it just stopped.
Oh, hold on.
Uh,
How
no,
about
it
now?
just I can see your face with your hairless face, but I can't hear it.
Okay. Let's go back.
And we're
So,
back.
yeah, we're back. Don't worry, all this will be edited wonderfully, so it'll be
Yes, please, because
seamless. It'll be seamless.
sometimes I hear myself talk and I'm like, oh my god, what am I saying? Like, there's no point or like
Yeah, it's weird,
English
isn't
is
it?
hard, okay?
I think it's interesting how when you get like brain fog
Yeah.
or you don't know what to say. I have a theory it's because you're thinking not you, but like as in you're
Yeah.
thinking more about how you sound rather than what you say.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, for me, in English, it's more like, how the hell am I gonna communicate this
Mm.
in this language? Like, it's like I know what I want to say, but sometimes it's just like how to formulate the sentence is just,
Mm.
I don't know. When
Well,
I was younger, my sister taught me English because she speaks English and I spoke French,
mm.
and she didn't understand like why I couldn't speak English. She was 6 years younger than me.
Hmm.
She just thought I was retarded. But she was so sweet. She was just like teaching me those like simple words like milk and stuff, and she was just like, why the hell is my sister not know those words? And then when she realized, she was like, oh, okay, you don't speak this language.
And
But
is
yeah.
she older than you then?
No, she's younger than me.
Oh, okay.
So I
Interesting.
learned English from like a 3 or 4 year old. So please be patient.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's cool. Um, and equally, if there's something that you have like pinpointed in French, just go for it, and then you can send me the translation.
Oh yeah, you
Because
you you're learning French, right?
so my friend, shout out to Jack Colin Bartlett. Uh,
All the
he,
shout
I've got
outs.
to get the shout outs in because people are listening, man. Um, he is doing this sort of challenge thing where every month we try a different challenge, and you got to try and do it for the whole month every day. And for February, it was to do 15 minutes of learning a language every day.
You chose French.
Yeah, French. French is like the language of parkour, man. French is like the mother tongue.
I guess. Oh,
Um,
that's beautiful.
um, and so I used Duolingo, and yeah, it was okay. I mean, I literally got to like the end of level one by the end of the
Wow.
month. So yeah,
Level 1 French speaker.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I did some at uh, I studied some when I was at school, and I did a little bit at uni.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a long way to go. I think I can read it
Yeah.
fairly well. Um, I can then read it. I can write it okay, and then speaking is the worst. So it's kind of
Yeah.
the sort of as it goes.
Writing is the hardest, I think. Because there's a lot of exceptions and like ways that you can write a certain word that you have to like. I
Yes.
remember in school it was hard to like know exactly what the end of that word would be, and I don't know. In English it's pretty simple to
Hmm.
write. Like I never learned how to write, but have I don't make mistakes that much. I think.
Flawless.
Like
Flawless.
your
Yeah. But yeah, I guess while we're here, that's something I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to ask you if you do have connections with the French scene, or you got into parkour due to French influence and things like that. Is that just a coincidence, or is there some linking there?
uh, it's a coincidence, but also when I first started parkour, I don't remember why, but my family travels a lot, so we were in France, and like parkour was new, like the word parkour, because I always climbed stuff. So I was
Mm.
like, damn, we're here, we're in Paris, let's fucking find people who know how to do this thing, and so I looked it up, and I went to train with the Shintai, which are like a little group of guys who they trained, and I think it was like I think the guy was trying to sell his thing more than it should, but he was like, "Yes, I'm David Bell's cousin," and like there's like this little I was like, "Okay, whatever." This little like gym, and they would teach us like some stuff, and that's the first time I realized I could climb uh a bar, like a muscle up. And everyone, like, girls weren't a thing back then, and everyone was like, whoa. And in France especially, they're like, oh, this woman can like get up a bar. It was like people were blown away by that.
Mm.
It was like this, like one arm at a time, so it was not graceful at all.
Yeah, we've all been
But
there. We've all been there.
yeah, and that my first like parkour jam was in France with like I was alone with like 40 men
Oh
in
God.
this foreign country, foreign town with like I was 17, and it was really great, but
Mm.
it was a bit scary.
So I mean, on that point as well, I think in my eyes and in my memory, I've been following you for a long time, and I think in on YouTube,
Yeah, yeah.
and and I think that's what I realized when I saw one of your first videos, I think my friend Elliot showed me one of your Tam with the Cam videos, and he was like, "Man, she's so sick. Like, you need to see this." And I think this is bigging you up a lot, but I think you were the best female practitioner I'd seen, definitely at that time.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much.
that's what made me think like this is great. Like I'm really impressed that you're just moving forward and like you just said then, your first jam was with 40 blokes, and
Yeah.
that can't have been too welcoming. So you must have been
No,
able to push
actually,
through.
it was.
Okay.
It was pretty welcoming. Like, I think, cause the way it happened, uh, I had been going to this place where, like I told you, the cousin of David
Oh
Bell
yeah,
was
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and and they wwere really nice. They're like the guys that were the Shintai were the actual people who,
Shintai. Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it's a thing anymore, but back then they were like, yes, we trained with David Bell and the Yamakasi. We're like their, I don't know, like their,
Yeah, proteges, yeah.
yeah. And there were four guys that I went with. We were in Paris and we went to Dijon. So I went alone with four guys, but they were like quite protective. Like I feel like parkour people are nice
Yeah.
in my experience. Like they're not like I don't know how to say. Like I'd be afraid to go on couch surfing, but if I went to some random parkour guy's house, I wouldn't be. Maybe it's naive of me.
I think there's
But
some
yeah,
truth
they
in
were
that.
like
Yeah.
yeah, they were pretty protective, and so it was like I felt safe. It was like scary because it's like I just started the sport and now like 40 shirtless men are there like doing reckless stuff, but it was it was still like I felt at home cuz
Really?
I was yeah, I always like climb stuff, so I was like this is where I belong, like with these crazy men jumping on stuff. So it was a quite an experience.
Yeah, I imagine. And what caught your, or maybe should I say, who caught your interest in terms of at that jam, if you can remember, or maybe your early jams? Who was there anyone that kind of helped you? Was there people that mentored you in, um,
Hmm.
and you're welcome to give a shout out to.
It wasn't there that like a mentor. It's always kind of like a solo thing, parkour. It was always like exploring for myself, but there definitely were people who like taught me moves at first, like, oh yeah, this is how you do it, and then they wouldn't like assist me. It was more like here's a Kong and then I did it. Like they show me and then I
Okay.
analyze it. Kongs were actually the first move I learned, and uh it was really easy for me because as a child I would that's kind of embarrassing, but I would run on 4 feet and like I did horseback riding, so I would pretend to be a horse. Okay,
Ah,
this is when
nice.
I was like 10,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Don't
yeah, yeah.
judge.
I'm not judging, man. That's fine. That's cool. We all did
But
weird
we
stuff.
would put like we'd put pillows like the cushions from the sofa. We put them up with my best friend, and we would like run on 4 feet and dive Kong over it to the ground.
Really?
Like so it was pretty high. Like sometimes it was like a meter and a half of like just hopping over and landing on your I don't know how my wrists are
Oh, yeah.
okay. So Kongs were like something I did a lot.
Hmm.
The lazy vaults were hard. Cause it's like I had to lazy vault. The only block we had was really wide, so it was hard to like get across it. Anyways, just to say that it was more like I've never really had like one person teach me. It was more like I met people, and whenever we would have trouble, we would try to help each other. But it wasn't like I don't know, like one person. I didn't have a coach.
Hmm. Did you
It was
have
more like
did you have inspirations? Like, did you find inspiration from people that you trained with, or people that you saw online, or was it kind of a mixture of both? Or
hmm. I think it was more like I think at first I like it's been a while, but I think at first it wasn't like being good at parkour wasn't really the goal. It was more like you have to be mentally strong and try those things, and like it was more like exploring like my surroundings and what my body was capable of. It wasn't really like I didn't watch that many videos back then. Like after a while I did, and I think partly it was because subconsciously maybe like watching men do parkour was just like unattainable in my eyes. It was just like they're doing their thing and I'm doing mine. Like we're all exploring
Mm.
stuff, but I know I won't like reach that level. And then like there was like I say like a lot. Wow.
Me too. Me too.
There's some like women video that I saw like Isis Ribas. I don't know if you know her. She's from Brazil. When I saw
Maybe, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Isis maybe.
Does she have like dreadlocks? Oh no, 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 no.
No.
Sorry. Oh
She
wait.
has she has children now and she doesn't parkour anymore.
Hmm. Maybe. Never mind. Anyway, tell me.
Yeah, anyway, so there's like some women that I watched, but there wasn't a lot of videos from them. So like some of those inspired me. I was like, oh, maybe I can do that too. Like if some if those girls are doing it. But I don't know. There's never been really like one inspirational person.
It's you. You're the inspiration person. You're the
I
one.
don't know about that.
You're the people. You're the one that women are looking up to, and girls are looking up to.
Damn, that would be nice.
Hey, hey. I think it's true. Um, but yeah, how did you? What kind of kept you going then? Was it kind of a sense of, yeah, like you said, doing your own thing? Did that almost motivate you because you felt slightly apart from the male minority, sorry, the male majority?
I mean, I said that, but it wasn't like constantly in my mind. I wasn't
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like, oh my god, I'm a girl and they're a guy. It's just
Sure,
like
yeah.
there wasn't one person I looked up to like try to be like this
Mm,
person. But I don't know what kept me going. I'm just crazy. I don't know. It was just fun. I've always like climbed stuff. I always like
yeah.
as a kid we would play spies and like climb over people's fences and try to like not get caught. And we would just climb roofs and trees and I've always been like that. So it was just like I think what kept me going was the fact that I found people who were like that too and it was just like I never want to let go of that. Like not being the only one climbing weird
Mm,
stuff was nice. And having those like nerdy like otaku people who would like jump and stuff is just I guess that's what kept me going is
mm,
people who were like-minded.
yes. Yeah, it's I find it really interesting the difference, and no disrespect to the Muggles, but the difference between um, yeah, how I feel going outside, literally just going outside with parkour
Yeah.
people and going outside with friends. And I'm trying to, it's taken a long time, but I'm trying to slowly uh, just accept a bit more that I feel way better when I'm in the parkour mindset about things and not feel so self conscious. And, like, for example, there's a little park near me and has a few trees, and I just went out there recently just to try it out and try and do some climbing and things, and very very public, like lots of, well, not lots of people, but people around who
Yeah.
kind of are my neighbors, that sort of thing. And there's that like horrible sticky feeling of like,
They know.
oh, I kind of, I want to go home. I don't want to do this in front of everyone. But then I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna keep going, and it was great. And I'm kind of like, I guess it's like idea of like owning it. Like you should,
Yeah.
if we want people to, if we want people to be more playful and be, keep,
Accepting.
yeah, as they get older, then we have to show it. It doesn't just come from nowhere. You have to demonstrate
Yeah.
that you can be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, like, and you can still play around. Like, I think that should be the way.
Yeah,
We'll see.
it definitely should. Have you ever had I don't know if how big where you live is, but
Mm.
this one time I remember walking around my city because I'm originally from Montreal, and I saw those kids doing parkour outside, and I was like so stoked because it was always just like maybe 10 people that I knew. Like I knew everyone who did parkour in Montreal.
Mm.
And then to see randomly like people who I never knew and they were just there doing parkour was like, oh, so cool, like finally.
Yeah.
Like new people, it was just so exciting to see that it catches on. Or when people recognize when you're what you're doing, they're like, "Oh,
Mm.
you're doing parkour." It's just like those first times when people get it, it's just like, "Oh, sick. We're moving forward."
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I tell people do ask me fairly often, and I say parkour, and then they say, "What's that?" And then I say free running, and for some reason that's just like the light bulb. They're like, "Oh yeah, 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 I know that." Yeah.
Oh my god, here people know Storror. They're just like, "Oh, you do like Storror," and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly,
Sorry.
but
Yeah.
they're just like, "Yeah, like Storror," and I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool that they know." It's so like I'm so excited that Storror are like well known because they embody parkour so well. So it's nice to see.
For sure.
To
I
hear.
agree. I think they've put in so much effort, and they have this like store army now, and man, like you just said, it is huge. Like a lot of people know about this. A lot of views, a lot of subscribers, and I think they deserve it. I really do.
I hope that like a lot of people are doing similar stuff as Storror. I hope it becomes like a kind of thing that you see on YouTube that's normal and it's just like a new genre and it'll just be like, oh, you know Storror, you know Storm, you know Farang, and it's just like everyone will know those even like smaller ones like Wheezy Gang and stuff like that. I hope it'll become something and then people will know about it more.
Yeah, I think there's every chance that it could do. Um, my secret hope, well, maybe it's not. Maybe people talk about this. I don't know, but I really hope Hazal joins the team.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. Storror is kind of sacred, no? Like it's like they've been together for all these years. It's nice. I think it's nice to have both, like to have Hazal be herself
Okay. Mm.
and then have Storror and have her in their videos. But I guess yeah, it would be kind of nice to have a girl in a big
In
team.
the biggest
But it's
team.
also like yeah, the biggest team, but it's also like they're so like knit together.
Yeah.
There's I don't know. I don't actually know them. I know
Mm.
like I've met them a few times, but it's just like I feel like they're kind of a little family. Kind of they started together, and it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be nice, but it also would be weird, but it would be cool. I don't know.
I get you. I get you. I guess it would change. Maybe I don't know, because maybe my thought with that is as well is that if she joined, um, then they would start making more female clothing as well. Like that would kind of then that
Yeah,
could
that's
branch
true.
out because there's a company, a little um, company in the UK that have just started making designs, and they're the first female brand in the UK. They're called Pretty Parkour. Shout out to them. They make
Shout
they
out.
make they make really nice. They've made a couple of products. I think they're really nice, and yeah, they're just going for it, and more power to them. I hope that you know, as I mentioned in most of these podcasts, that we can kind of grow this sort of economy of parkour and just kind of helping each other out, and just if
Mhm.
you have an idea, if you're listening, you have an idea, then you might as well try it,
That's true.
because you don't know where it will lead. So we'll see.
That's what I figured out like just recently. I I stopped working in animation and I was like, I can just try parkour as a living. This is what I'm currently going for in my
Mm.
life. I'm just starting. I don't know why it took me so long, but I'm just like, let's go. Let's go for it. Let's
Yeah,
make things happen in
yeah.
parkour.
It's scary though. it's scary
Yeah,
to
it
sort
is.
of commit to, because you only have so much energy, don't you? It's hard to commit to something and sort of think like, I'm gonna put some money into this or put some time into this or whatever. And
Yeah. It's hard, but also it's like, how long are you gonna wait until you realize that you just have to do what you want to do and make it happen?
this is
Like,
it.
no matter how hard it is. I
This
don't
is
know.
it.
I mean, I live in Canada. I'm pretty like privileged. I have money on the side, and I know it's not that easy for everyone, but
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I think you should keep going. I think you're in a great position to inspire people,
Thank you.
whether you think it or
You
not.
too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, this podcast is going so well, and I'm so, I guess because I'm furloughed at the moment. I'm not working because everything's closed still, and it's just
Yeah.
been the perfect project. It
Exactly.
means that I can talk to people like yourself who maybe I've been following for a long time, and you know, for me, I've looked up to, and it's like cool. I can actually talk to them now and put effort into the sort of editing and get it out on socials, and yeah, it's cool. It's exciting.
Yeah.
So
It is. It's nice. I feel like now is the perfect time too. Like before,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe not, but I feel like parkour people are quite open to giving their time because it's like
Mm,
we want this sport to grow. Maybe I don't know everyone, but I feel
mm.
like you can get like big names and they'll want to speak.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, stay tuned for episode. This is episode 24, I believe. Stay tuned for
Ooh
episode
la la.
30. I'm gonna try and pull in a big name, and we'll see what happens.
Who will it be? Stay tuned to
Stay
find
tuned.
out.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And then episode 50, episode 100. Oh, it's just gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's sick. I love podcasts so much,
Really?
especially since I have stopped listening to them, but now that sorry, now I'm gonna start again. But drawing and listening to podcasts is the
Mm.
best thing ever. That's how, like I told you, this how I made my student film. Was just like listening to parkour and drawing parkour and
That's
animating parkour.
that's interesting because I I find it really hard to multitask if words overlap each other.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I want to write something, I can't listen to rap.
Yeah.
So I have to listen
Yeah,
to
yeah.
instrument.
I
So do you not do you not?
writing and stuff.
But drawing
But
is a
drawing is a different space in your
mm,
brain, I feel like. You
little
don't need
somewhere in there.
to put words into your lines. It's just like you know what you're drawing, so
You know
it
where you're
works for
drawing.
me. It doesn't work for everyone. Like I have a lot of friends who are just like I can't even listen to music, especially animating because there's like a timing to animation, and if you like force a timing with music, sometimes it can bother your drawing. So it depends what stage of animation you're in. If you're doing a rough or a clean, anyways, depends.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you find that? Can you remember what you heard in the podcast?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, not all. I've listened to a lot
Yeah.
of STS, and like sometimes Tom and Renee mumble on for hours, but I don't remember all of what they're saying. But yeah, I get like I don't know. It's nice, and then I don't know.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I find that interesting that you can. It sounds like you're taking the words in, but you're also creatively kind of outputting your thoughts as well.
Yeah. I
Mm.
mean, it really depends. Animation is quite like a long process, so
Mm.
I wouldn't be listening throughout the whole process. There are some times where you have to plan and calculate, and that takes more mental power. And then at those times, I don't quite listen. But if it's like the phase where you're just refining, cleaning, or like not so much problem solving, just more like there's kind of a flow that you get into when you're drawing. So
Cool.
during those times, I don't listen to podcasts, but it's a long process, so I have a lot of time to
Yeah,
to
I can
listen.
imagine. I I've just remembered something. There's a new film that's come. I think it's come out in America now. Maybe it's not come out here yet. It's called Chaos Walking, and it's got like
Chaos walking.
Daisy Ridley and Spider Man. I can't remember his name. Tom Holland. That's it. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's a very good film. Probably it's probably a shit film, but it's based on a set of really great books called the Chaos Walking trilogy,
Okay.
and it has a really interesting idea in there about this idea of like seeing thoughts. So
Mhm.
in the movie, it kind of has this animation, the CGI, of like thoughts kind of warping around the head. Now, here's a challenge for you. If you could make a parkour video with
Yes.
animation about someone's mental process, that would be incredible.
Well, stay tuned. I'm actually. It's funny that you say that because it's like what I'm working on right now is like I wanna. I have like stuff filmed, and I want to kind of illustrate the process of parkour, like how at first it's really overwhelming and it's like so much to do and you don't know where to begin, and then after you like start training and it's just like fun and everything is new, and then something happens and it's frustrating and you can't really like you don't know how to overcome one obstacle, and then you like feel like you're can't do it anymore, and then like anyways it's like a whole process that I have that I want to illustrate, and like overcoming those challenges and stuff, but with animation and like
Yes,
cool stuff. So but
please.
it's gonna take me a while, but
Oh man, that'd be
it's
so
something I want
good.
to illustrate.
Because we have so many. It's such an open space. We have so
Hmm.
much potential to try to express and illustrate our process, our mental or
Yeah.
physical process. And you can talk about it, you can write about it, but you can also there's also like the abstract world, isn't there? Which is where animation comes
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
So yes, I'm excited. If you can make that, that'd be wicked. I need to go to the toilet very quickly. I'm actually bursting. Sorry, excuse me a second.
While he's gone to the toilet, shout out to Sam Kopak for bringing up. I hope I'm saying that right. For bringing us those wonderful podcasts that you'll be listening to and you'll enjoy because I told you to. And yeah, thank you, Sam, for all this hard work you're putting out in the world. I hope you peed well. Now I'll pee too.
Hello. She's gone. She's left. She's run off.
Hello. I took a pee break too.
Okay, so this is obviously a kind of coaching guide, companion, you could
Hmm.
say, uh, to practitioners and coaches around the world. So let's try and go a bit into coaching. You said that you have had some experience with coaching, but could you tell us a bit more about that and maybe about the Canadian coaching scene,
Hmm.
please?
I don't have a lot of experience coaching,
Hmm.
but I love coaching.
Okay.
uh, I did it at the spot in Montreal, which is unfortunately no longer open. And yeah, it was really, I don't know. I really like teaching. And like, uh, okay, hang on, let me catch my words. It's like, hmm, I have maybe coached for like a few months
Mm-hmm.
in preparation of a seminar I had to do in
Okay.
Apex
Mm.
in Colorado, because it was like the okay, sorry, I'm just like brain freezing.
That's all right. Have you taught when you did the coaching? Was it with children? Was it with adults?
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna start over. All right, so
Yeah, no worries.
I didn't teach a lot, but I did teach children a lot of the time. It was mostly children, and I was not so good at children. Cause I don't know. It was like when I first started coaching, I wasn't very confident, and it was like a lot of children, and it was just like they test you a lot, and they're just like, especially like being if you show up not super self confident, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they'll pick up on it, and then I would always have to kind of prove myself in parkour and show them like, okay, this is the move. And then once they see that I actually know how to do parkour, then they respect me, and then it would be like so this is just very beginner knowledge of coaching. And but I specifically is
Mm-hmm.
that how you say that?
That's it.
Yeah. Like coaching people who were insecure and who had a lot of trouble thinking they could do stuff. I don't know. It was like I really like teaching those people because I'm I think I'm fairly good at finding progressions for them, and then like seeing their progression from thinking they can't do anything to like actually doing it, and how I just it makes me so happy to see people do things that they never thought they could do with their bodies. Like
Mm.
I taught my mom recently, and she's 56, I think, and she was just like
Shout out.
really happy of what. Yeah, shout out to my mom. I think she liked it a lot, and I don't think she ever thought to herself, "I'm gonna do parkour." And
Mm.
like I made her climb a wall that was pretty high, and it was nice. It's nice to because I don't think people realize what their bodies are capable of, and some people need guidance to figure it out. And it's just like I don't know. It's nice to support them and be there through that discovery of movement.
Definitely. I think. Well, first of all, yeah, I really enjoyed the teaching my mum video. It made me think about my family. I was like, why have I not actually? Why has this not happened yet? But it looked like
Yeah, well, same for me. When I taught her, I was like, damn, why haven't I done this before? And it's a nice experience.
For
It's like
sure.
you're showing them what you're passionate about. I
Mm.
recommend. Just try it.
Well, I'm going.
Bring them to that park.
I'm going home. Yeah, I'm going home soon. To my back to my family home for like a week or so. And part of the reason I'm going back is to
Teach
basically.
them parkour.
Well, we'll see. We'll see on that
Sorry.
one. But there's a spot that I kind of grew up with, and my aim is to make a kind of reunion type video. So like spend a whole week
Sick.
there and maybe get some of the same angles as when I was like 15, and like literally the same camera angles, and then
Yeah.
just kind of do new stuff. And yeah, that was actually off the back of the podcast I did with Louise, because he was saying about how I was telling him about this spot that means a lot to me, that I kind of started with, and he was like, "Oh man, you got to go back and you got to see what you can do there, and see how it is." So I'm going to do that. But it did also make me think about, yeah, my family, and whether I can, because the first thing my mum said was like, "Oh, if you're coming back, you are not walking across the bridge, because it's like over water."
You will.
And it's like, mum, like I did it when I was 15 and I was fine. I'm 27 now, and it's not even a thing for me. So, but it's interesting how she will always think that, unless I've never properly explained or showed her
Mhm.
the process. So of course
Yeah.
she's going to think like that. So I'm maybe gonna dip my toes in that water and see if she can maybe see where I'm coming from more.
Yeah. I think it's a nice experience. Like,
Hmm.
and it shows your parents how much this means to you too. It's
This is
like
it. This is it. Yeah.
they'll have like a first hand understanding of, the feeling of committing to a jump and doing, well, probably not a jump. Like I didn't make my mom do any jumps, but like it's just, I don't know. It's fun to bring them into your world for a little bit, even though a lot of the times I I think parents will be like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
All the boomers.
You convince them. Tell me. Make a
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I was gonna ask kind of how did you manage that session? Because did you go into it just thinking, oh, mum, come out and we'll do some stuff. We'll see how it goes. Or did you plan it? Did you plan what you're gonna say? Did you?
um,
Because
I
that's
planned what I wanted her to do.
okay.
So this spot that we were at is close to her house. She
Mm,
lives kind of like in the middle of nowhere, and fortunately there's that spot that has like ledges and stuff.
mm,
So I planned like what I thought she would be able to do, like with her physical abilities. And my mom is just the best human on in the planet. So I I just knew it was gonna be nice. I just went and
okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
Mom, I want to make a video, cause I've told her that I want to try YouTube a little bit more, and I was like, you're one of my projects, so
Ah, nice.
come with me. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And she's really nice. So I didn't really plan what I was gonna say so much as just like presenting what is it I'm teaching her, and then like showing her and stuff.
Mm.
Kind of more natural approach.
I get the feeling maybe she's quite an open person then, like
Yeah.
quite happy to try something
Yeah.
because a lot
She's
of
a
mums wouldn't be, uh, a lot of parents wouldn't
yeah.
be. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. She's like the reason why I love life so much. She like taught me as a kid to be amazed by everything, and she would just like show me that discovering stuff about the world and everything around you was always nice. So, yeah. I knew it was going to be nice cuz she's just like that. So, shout out mom. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely, absolutely. It'd be nice to see if you do more sessions with her, and if we can see some progress here and there.
Progression.
Um,
Yeah, this summer.
Absolutely. I did see a long time ago a video of a woman who was 70 doing parkour in gym. Did you see that?
It does like sound like I've seen that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and she's doing like step vaults. She does like a roll. I was just, you know, well done. Well done. That's amazing.
Yeah,
So many stereotypes just bashed. Um,
exactly.
very cool.
But also, I don't know if you've seen that, but there's this video of this woman who's 70 something and she's doing ballet. But she did ballet since she was young, and I feel like that's something you don't see a lot. Like you see a lot of people who are like 77 and they started at 70, and it's like that's impressive, but also you didn't have impact all your life. So I was really impressed by that woman who danced all her life, because it's
Mm,
always like kind of a worry back, like in the back of my head, just like how long am I gonna be able to take drops in my
mm,
life and still be fine. So it's nice to see people also who just like have been active throughout their life.
absolutely. Yeah, in what do we say? 20, maybe 2040 or 2050, there's going to be this amazing group of practitioners around the world, and it's just going to be weird as hell just seeing us all still out training. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't wait.
I wonder if Dom Tomato will still take those drops. Could you imagine like 50-year-old man just like front flipping super fucking high. Like, damn, that'd be so dope.
That would be cool.
I don't know how he survives.
He'll probably keep going longer than anyone. he'll still be trying stuff at like I can see him practicing for a long time actually.
Yeah, I think I don't know how old he is. Do you know?
I think he's 29. I'm guessing somewhere between 29 and 32.
That's
I don't know.
Crazy. Man. Those joints are solid.
Well, do you know his background?
Not so much, no.
So apparently he was like an ice skater, like a really, I think he was a quite talented ice skater. So his ankles were like solid.
Damn.
I think some sort of dance. It was something to do with ice skating or dance or something. And I think that
in Australia, right? He's from Australia. Isn't he?
Yeah, that does sound a little bit wrong. I swear it's something like that, or maybe or hockey or something.
Well,
maybe ice hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, it's something that basically bolstered the strength of his ankles, which he maybe thinks that have given him like invincible ankles. But evidently,
everything.
Yeah, like, evidently, like doing that front flip and hitting a rock was I couldn't believe
Oh my god, yeah.
I've already mentioned that on another podcast just because it's just cracked me up. It was just brilliant.
Yeah, I think the one thing that horseback riding brought me is ankle flexibility, actually. Because when you ride horses, you have to, when your foot's in the stirrup, you have to always have it like your heel really
so like
bent.
Dorsiflex the whole time.
Yeah, and you lift yourself up and down, so my ankles are super flexible, and I've never known why, and I'm just maybe that's it. Like I never really hurt my ankles.
Okay.
So. Thank you. Shout out horses.
Le cheval, right? Le cheval.
Yes. Le chevaux.
Le cheval. Oh, cheval.
Cheval. Cheval is multiple horses.
Of course. So basically, prescribing young people a mixture of figure skating and horseback riding, and then parkour, and you'll be set.
Yes.
You'll be
exactly.
Set. Could happen. Have you had? Actually, that's a good point. I was going to ask you about It seems like you put quite a lot of work into your flow. Do you think? Is that something that you enjoy the most? Is it something that you feel you're best at? Is it something that you're working on more, or?
Well, actually, when I started parkour, it was with my best friend, and that I met through horseback riding, and she like kind of stopped parkour, and when I would show her videos of me training, she'd be like, "Oh, that's sick," but I find it so much cooler when it's like someone running around the city and like doing multiple stuff, because I was only doing like one cat leap, one jump, one thing, and I was like, she's right. I've been so dumb. And so ever since then, I only did runs and like stuff, combining stuff, because they're like someone. No, are you looking at
sorry,
someone?
I'm distracted. keep going.
No, I want to know. Hi.
I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, the dog's just going out for a bit. Maybe. Yeah. So yeah, more into runs. Yeah, because I noticed you in maybe more of your earlier stuff, you were doing a lot of like fast-paced A to B sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I don't know. I've always liked, well, not always, like I told you, but ever since I started doing runs, it was just.
Carry on.
Are you sure you don't want to take care of the dog first?
Okay, give me 30 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead. I guess it evolved, like, I really enjoy the feeling of just like running around and doing consecutive jumps, and then it turned into more of like a, whenever I would do, like, whenever you go to a spot, you know, you try different moves, and then I would, like, whenever I would do one move, I'd be like, okay, where's my momentum going after this move? And then I would, like, kind of see the options of where, like, if I do this jump, it can bring me to this jump. And then it, like, turned into, whenever I go to a spot and I find a challenge, I'm like, okay, what can come before this challenge and after this challenge that I can link and make into, like, more of a, like, a run. And then when I started training with Matt, it was just like, he is really fucking creative. And it's just like, we're always playing and finding challenges and then finding ways to link those together. And, like, yeah, it's been, ever since then, it's just like, I love creating stuff, challenges around a run.
Do you think that's the best? Oh, hang on. Challenges around a run or runs around a challenge?
Yeah, both.
Both.
Like, it depends. Sometimes it's just nice also to just do the most obvious thing because it requires no brain strength. It's just like, okay, I'm just going to run and jump and up this thing. But it's also fun, like, sometimes to do, like, maybe a corner swing and then land and then other stuff. I like finding stuff that you wouldn't really see at first glance, that you just have to, like, play with the spot first. And then you can...
I think that's why I was intrigued by your style, because it does seem quite traditional, you could say.
Yeah.
And that's why
Here we call it the petite niaiserie à terre. So it's not the typical French.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out, and I can't, I'm afraid.
So niaiserie means, like, shenanigans, I guess. So it's petite niaiserie, so small shenanigans. À terre means on the floor. So it's like we call it that because Matt used to do, like, a lot of, like, he would do congainers and front fives and, like, big stuff, big impressive stuff, and his dad would always think it's cool, and he, like, got really injured and started doing more, like, flow stuff and technical, difficult stuff. And whenever he would show his dad would just be like, oh, that's just des petites niaiseries à terre. And ever since then, that's what we call it. It's just like little stuff on the ground that's not, like, super impressive, but is technical and more,
Yeah,
Sorry.
we've mentioned, no, don't apologise. We've mentioned this idea a few times in the podcast in sort of with a term like soft flow. And a number of people have actually mentioned how they've done more soft flow when they've been injured, or they've started to try it out more as they're getting older as well. So I think linking back to our other conversation, I can definitely see myself like really doubling down on how good my flow is when I'm older, rather than what I can physically, you know, do at a maximum, whatever. I wonder how that will happen with other people as well over time, when they maybe are less enthused about doing 2-story drops and things like this. And we'll see, I guess we'll see. But
definitely, for sure. I mean, there is also, like, you can do those lines and have impacts on them, and, like, there's a wide range of flowy stuff that you can do. So it's nice too.
Who's inspiring you at the moment then? Why?
I got a few. There's one, and I hate myself for this, but I forget the name. Maybe you'll know. There's, like, a video.
Probably.
I hope so, because I forget, and I'm so mad because I can't find that video again. It's like this guy, the way he edits is with animation, and it's like, there's this video where I think it's with Mark. Wait, I forget who is in the video too. I'm so dumb. Anyways, but it's like parkour, and then like the lines in themselves are really cool, but there's like cool editing. Like there's their faces in the sky at some point.
Fraz the Wizard.
Yes!
Fraz.
Oh my god! Wait, let me write it down. I felt so stupid for forgetting, and I've been looking. I knew it was like wizard or like something like that, but okay, tell me again.
Fraz the Wizard.
Fraz the Wizard.
Shout out to Fraz.
Yes. So much admiration for that guy.
Yeah.
So that inspired me a lot. I was like, because I've always had this idea, like I told you, of animating kind of the process of parkour.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing that, I was like, I have to do it, like now. Now's the time. You have to just go for it. And it was just, his style was really cool too. And recently also the video with Lynn and Mel from
Remedy.
Oh my god, when we watched that with Matt, we watched it like 5 times straight. It was just like, I think it's the first time I see, no shade to anyone else, but it's the first time I've seen a video with girls that is just like, everything is well made. Like everything about it made me excited and like I don't know how to explain, but I was just like, I want to do this in my life. This has to happen more. Like I want more of that kind of content. And yeah, with I know Daryl Stingley filming and like just the editing. I think Lynn edited, and it's just like it's just beautiful.
Wicked.
Yeah.
I was super happy to hear Georgia Smith on the soundtrack for that as well. Do you know Georgia Smith very well, or?
No, not so much.
Quite a big name in the UK. She's doing really well. She's done stuff with Drake and that and.
Wait, Georgia. Oh, I just didn't know that.
What did I say?
Georgia?
Did I say?
Is that what you said?
Did I say Georgia?
I don't know. What did you say?
I think I said something else. We'll have to see in the edit.
Okay.
That's really freaky. I meant Georgia Smith. Yeah, did I say it? Anyway, never mind.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, she's doing bits. She's pretty big in the UK, and I was really happy to hear like her song in there. But I don't know about you, but did you find the mood quite interesting because of the song?
The Remedy, you mean?
Yeah. It's not like a happy video, really, is it?
Yeah, I guess the song wasn't so happy, but I feel like it illustrated like the kind of not struggle, but like it's not easy to do, like to jump and stuff. So I guess it like illustrated that a little bit. It was kind of, I thought it was pretty like powerful and like it wasn't as goofy as what I would make it, for example.
Yeah.
But it was like I liked the vibe. What did you think of it?
I just found it interesting because I then rewatched Daryl Stingley's like Bane video, which is pretty big, last year, the year before. And obviously very similar filmmaking and style, you could say. But I think music is super, super, super important. I'll keep saying this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Music is like the fulcrum of a parkour video for me. I think that if you match what you're doing with the right music, then you'll make the classics.
But it's so hard. It's like the most painful part of editing is finding the fucking right song. It takes hours. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, for sure. Especially these days with
copyright free stuff and everything. You're just like,
but yeah, no, I found it interesting they chose that because it gave I felt like quite a moody kind of, slightly, not sad is the wrong word, like kind of melancholic almost.
Yeah.
Mood. I can hear it in my head now. I can hear the song now.
Yeah, me too.
But I guess it definitely fit with a kind of sort of quite serious style and sort of power. I guess that's the best word. Powerful. It was a powerful video, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Daryl's stuff, he kind of pushes for a more like serious approach. Like I feel like his own videos are more like I don't know, like boxer style. I don't know if you understand
For sure,
what
like
I mean.
athlete style.
Yeah, like he in his videos he illustrates that he works really hard and he like gets mad at himself for like not getting a certain jump. Like really like I feel like he wants to I'm just speculating. I have no idea, but he wants to like put out this image that parkour is really difficult and that you have to like actually be a real athlete to do those things. And he's so impressive. Seeing him move is just like, he's definitely one of my, like there's so many people who inspire me, I guess, that's why I can't tell you one person exactly, but he's definitely part of the inspiring team.
Yeah, big up Daryl, big up Daryl. I guess
shout
as
out.
well, seeing him move in person
Yeah.
must be
Oh my
crazy
God.
because I know that stuff looks big on camera, so in person it must be crazy.
Yeah, I trained with him a little bit in
Oh really?
yeah, in what's it called? Tempest. When they opened the one in I forget why I was there, but there's they opened the gym and I was there for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, but we trained and we were like just Daryl, Jared. I don't know if you know Jared Davis.
I know Nahulu.
No, not Jared Nahulu. He's also
Nahulu.
super impressive to watch.
Fuck yeah.
Damn, I saw him like battle against DK and it was like when he was really young and it's just like it was super impressive. Anyways, but Daryl is just like I don't know. When I saw him train in person it was just like it's like impossible. You watch him do these things and it's just like how the fuck does he do that? And it's so fast. It's like flowy and really fast and well linked together. It's really cool.
Beast.
Really inspiring.
Absolute beast. Yeah. And I guess it's so interesting that we can have videos nowadays where on the scale of seriousness it can be like Daryl stuff.
Yeah.
And be really good, and then be more playful like your stuff, and then be really good as well.
Yeah.
Parkour is actually so confusing in that sense. Not confusing, it's layered in that sense that we have fun, but we are doing pretty mad stuff. Like it's dangerous. I think Rene made a video the other day, didn't he? Like
yeah, I love that video.
Yeah, parkour is dangerous.
Throwing a little bit of shade on on Jimmy the Giant though.
Oh, did he?
I don't know if you caught that. I thought it was really funny.
Maybe I need to watch that again. Shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
Real. Doing their thing. I need to listen to some more of Rene's stuff because is he fairly consistent? That's the wrong word. Is he fairly does he make a lot of stuff?
Yeah, he's a really passionate human, I think. I don't think he has free time in his day.
Wow.
Like, I stayed in Vancouver for a month, and, like, he's just, I don't know, like, he's just, the way he would talk about his stuff and what he's doing, it seems like there isn't a single second that isn't planned in his day. He knows when he's training, when he's like coaching, he has like so many projects. Like just for example, at the first NAPC I went to, I think the 6th one, there's this massive like after party. I don't know if I should say this, but anyways, there's this party in the gym that we had, and the next morning there was classes, and he managed, I don't know how, to clean the whole gym. And it was like there was some stuff laying around and it was just like I don't know how he does it. He's really an awesome human. Yeah, his video was really, really cool.
Yeah. A lot of my inspiration actually for coaching has come from that area of things, like Ryan Ford, for example.
Oh yeah, him too.
Because I was watching Demon Drills like back in the day, like they were the first actual parkour specific or parkour related conditioning drills that I'd seen,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I started implementing them into my training a lot more after seeing that.
Yeah.
So I actually learned a lot about coaching and that sort of side of thinking from the American scene and the Canadian scene rather than the UK scene.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I feel like in Canada and like the US we lift a lot. I think like lifting has been there for a while. Um, and I don't know, like I have no idea what the other countries are up to, but I like when I traveled, I felt like not a lot of people had that in their training routine. Like there's in Spain, a lot of people did CrossFit and parkour, like mixed the both of them. In France, there's like no one was lifting. It was just like, no, you have to do thousands of reps. But it probably changed. Like I know some people who do lift and stuff, but like I'm pretty sure Dom doesn't lift. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I think lifting is becoming more accepted and practiced generally.
Yeah.
Because it works. It makes you stronger.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually had
a prepared.
Yeah, I had a bit of a debate with Louise actually on our podcast, and then we were talking about the difference between like strength training and then like yoga type mobility type training, and how you can blend those two together and whether doing that would be good. And then after Louise, I brought on a yoga teacher because of that, and we talked about yoga and stuff. And now after that I've been doing more yoga. So yeah, I'm trying to create some sort of consistency with these listens as well. So
yeah, and then you have people like Rene and Ryan who are like kind of figuring out what is best for parkour. I feel like that's a big part of their training, is trying to balance those things and see what works best for better efficiency and stuff. That's
sure.
my feeling. I don't know, like don't quote me on this.
I did ask the Instagram world for some questions. Okay, I've literally just got one. Okay, we'll go for it if you don't mind. So my good friend Hector asks, have you ever been discriminated by girls for doing what you do?
By girls? I can't recall a time that I have. I don't think I have been discriminated against at any point. Maybe I just didn't notice. I'm kind of dense, so I don't know. But no, I don't think so. I'm like surrounded by people who kind of understand what I do, and like I don't know. Parkour is a part of my personality, kind of like the way I am made me go towards parkour. So it's like everyone that I know knows how I am, and so it makes sense that I do this sport. But no, I have not. I hope no one does. That would suck.
Yeah, that's I think that's an interesting question, because it always interests me how girls react to other girls doing parkour. And because there's so few girls doing it, it's very common for, at least from my experience, to see girls looking at parkour like, what the fuck? What are you doing? That is a waste of time, sort of thing.
If anything, I think personally it's been the opposite. Like, I think I'm a pretty confident person, so maybe it's scary for people to tell me what's wrong with me. I don't know. But I've always had the opposite, like people being impressed by like how big my shoulders are, or like all my animator friends, they like when they draw me, they like drawing like huge arms and like a strong person, and like I've inspired some of my animator friends to work out and actually like strong women themselves. So I don't know. I think it's
Absolutely.
the opposite.
Good. I'm glad to hear. That's great. That's great. Great. My dog is now going crazy.
All right. Go take care.
What is that? What have you ripped up? She's ripped up something.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
She wants
Anyway.
your attention.
No, I think she does. I think that's it. I've been sitting here and she's like looking at me.
So cute.
Anyway, I think we'll round it off there. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
You're
Merci
welcome.
beaucoup.
Oh,
So privileged to speak to you, and thank you for inspiring myself for a long time, and also a lot of other people, whether you think it or not. So please make that video. That'd be so good. That's my plea. That'd be so good.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, and yeah, for people listening, you can find any links for Tam stuff in the description. So for Spotify, it's up there. For YouTube, it'll be down there. And yeah, if you enjoyed that, then you can subscribe. You can press follow on Spotify. I'm not slowing down anytime soon. I'm trying to do 4 podcasts a month. So I've got another great guest next week. Fingers crossed. Really hope she comes on and it all goes to plan. So yeah, there we go.
Wait, so you're editing for like visually and for the audio?
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot of work. Subscribe to him. Support. Shout out Sam.
I'll use that as a little soundbite.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Man, I'm not looking forward to hearing myself though. Like I've
Tam.
had a lot of fun talking to you,
Thank
but
you.
I know I'm gonna be like, fuck, why did I say that? Like, why didn't I say this?
It's interesting because a few people have. I finished the video. I've made it, or whatever. I put it up on Spotify and on YouTube, and I've sent it to them, being like, "It's all done now. I finished," and they're like, "Yeah, I listened to 5 minutes and then I turned it off."
Oh no.
But it's hard.
I'm a bit
though.
narcissistic. I'm sure I'm gonna listen to it all.
Oh, you should. Hey, think who you're speaking to. I listened back to it like 50 times just to check it's all
Making
fine.
sure.
Yeah, literally. And it's like watching my own clips. I have a weird thing of watching them like 50 to 100 times.
Yeah. I think we
over
all
and over
kind of
again.
secretly do that.
Maybe not a secret anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Now you know.
Now you know. But yeah. So thank you, and yeah, it was great to have you on. And I hope your first Zoom experience and podcast experience was manageable.
Yeah, it was really fun. I had fun talking to you. It was nice.
Okay, well, take
It's
care.
always nice talking about parkour.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, take care across the pond over there, and and yeah, maybe train sometime. That'd be good.
Yeah, if I'm ever in the UK, I'll let you know.
Cool. All right,
in
Tam.
York.
Yes, in York. Big up York.
Big up. We'll go to that park with the trees and the people watching.
That'd be great. Okay. See you later, Tam. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have
listeners.
a nice one.